Hey everybody, Nick here with Rogue Overland. We're at SEMA 2023, and in this video, I'm going to show you all the awesome off-road Nissans that I can find at the SEMA Show. All right, first one we're doing here is this awesome looking Nissan Frontier race truck. Now, as you know, if you've watched some of our previous year's videos, we're just going through this. This is a dry run, so just gonna talk about what I see. So first thing here for the suspension, let's climb under. Okay, looks like a Icon. Looks like maybe an Icon suspension on there. A little bit of a coilover. Looks like a aftermarket upper control arm. Then we have some limiting straps. Let's see if we can get a look at those. Have some limiting straps right there and some bump stops, pretty awesome. And then skids all the way back. That looks good. Then we have some Nismo wheels with the Yokohama tires, some mud terrains on there, 33 by 12.5. Some Nismo sliders. Let's see if we're attached to the frame. Yep, we're attached to the frame on these. Can't argue with that. Let's see if this door will open. Oh, sweet, door open. Okay. Got a roll cage on the inside. Nice. Recaro racing seats. Let's see what we have. Fire extinguisher, our roll cage all the way up top. And then looks like your navigation there. Radio. Some more navigation. Your buttons there. GoPro, so you can see the action. Okay. In the back here, oh, spotted a Bubba rope. We love that. Bubba rope right there. Made in America. We love their products. Then looks like guessing toolkit for quick fix type stuff. Okay. Oh, still have the speakers. Got your tunes right there. Somebody can make a comment below. That must be some type of class thing where for whatever class this is in, you have to still have the radio. I don't know. Somebody comment below, let us know. Then your Nismo roof rack. Up top, Max Tracks. Looks like a container up there. Some type of bin. More fire extinguishers. Spare tire, so that's cool. If you see here, that roll cage goes through, ties down into the bed here, and then your fuel cell, another spare tire. You have your jack, power tank, nice. Let's see if we can get a look. There's your fuel cell, and then the suspension. Oh, it looks like the suspension is Nismo. So leaf over axle, and then yeah, so those shocks look to be a Nismo shock. So up front, I think I was incorrect there. Those were probably Nismo coilovers. And then see if you can see that Z1 off-road shackle. Swing around to this side here. All kinds of stuff on the suspension, so apologize there, but that's now it says Bilstein. So maybe it's Bilstein shocks made for Nismo, hard to say. All right. So there it is. First Nissan off-road rig of SEMA. Awesome. Probably the most awesome off-road Nissan at SEMA 2023. So this is going to be your Datsun 240Z. If somebody knows the full history of these, throw it in the comments below. But I believe it was raced in Africa. And just, gosh, let's just walk around this thing because it's amazing. So we have, of course, the big rally lights on the nose, and one of the most attractive hoods, and just in all of sports cars, of course, the big hood there. And then down in here, not sure what wheels those are. If you know, throw a comment below. Got some all-terrain tires on there. Some more lighting. And let's see if I can poke in here without getting kicked out. Okay, super cool. So you have the navigation with a hand map there. What a contrast to the last car that we saw. The comms for the driver and the navigator. Beautiful, beautiful original wheel there. And if you've ever done any rally driving, I've actually had the opportunity to do some rally classes. That piece of tape is so they can identify where the top of the steering wheel is for when they're navigating the turns. Man, just look at those switches instead of the buttons. In the Frontier, we have those old school switches. Beautiful. We have some racing seats in here. And as we swing around, mud flaps. Spare tire in the back. This looks to be like a step here. Maybe a tie down point, hard to say. It looks like a step to me. If you know, throw a comment. And there's your exhaust kicking out the back. Man, what a beautiful car. All right, next up we have a 370Z, a replica of the 240 Rally that we just showed you. And then have those lights up front. These ones, of course, LED lights. Some mud terrain tires on this one, the Geolanders. Again, I'm not sure on these wheels. Got the Nissan center cap, so maybe it's a Nissan option. Hard to see in there, but it looks like there's a coilover, aftermarket coilover setup. Have your ditch lights here. And then if you look in, it says it must remain locked, and it is locked, so I can't get in there. There's a little bit of a glare going, but as you can see, the old school navigation, the map, just don't see that anymore. Obviously this is just a replica, but mud terrain tires on the back here. You can see those coilovers a little bit better there. You know what, guys? I think at the beginning of this video, I said this was a 370Z. I apologize. It's a 400Z. Had a little brain fart there. Spare tire in the back. I don't know what you guys think, but the 400Z, the rear looks a lot to me like a 300. Tell me what you think. Comment below. Have the mud flaps. Hard to see in there. Red interior. So there it is. Beautiful pair of Z's. Probably the two coolest off-road vehicles at SEMA. All right, our next Nissan off-road vehicle. Of course, all of these so far are in the Nissan booth, but this one is a Nissan Rogue. Project Rugged Rogue. There's your spec sheet right there. So let's, yeah, walk through it with me. Let's kind of take this. Obviously, a very cool wrap. That's pretty cool. And then we have a kind of a bull bar up front, and that's going to have some light, 2 lights on it. Let's see if I can tell you where it's attached. All right, so it's attached up in here. Hard to say. Kind of right between the frame horns, I think. So that might actually have some structure to it. And like these fender flares. And let's see. Hard to see suspension wise. Maybe a spacer in there. Hard to tell how it's lifted. It looks pretty factory to me, so there's probably a spacer up in there. And then we have some mud terrains again, the Geolander mud terrains. I like the gold. This goes nicely with the wrap. And then we have some sliders on the side here. And let's take a peek underneath. These are Nismo branded sliders. And looks like we're actually, there's not a frame on this per se, but we're actually getting attached fairly far in on the unibody. I'm not confident that would hold the weight of the car, but it might. Geolanders on the back. Let's jump to the top here. We have the Nismo branded roof rack and some Nismo lights across the top. Nismo by Rigid. And up top we have your gear. So Max Tracks, go to bike. We have the kayak up there. So let's take a peek inside real quick. Looks factory to me. I don't see any changes. Oh, there's a spare tire back there. No changes to the interior. And then a Nismo exhaust coming out the back. Hard to see if that's an aftermarket spring for the suspension or not. Let's see if this will open. Yep, this will open. Yeah, so there's your spare tire and some type of rack up top. Maybe for attaching stuff too. And of course your your camping setup, so to speak, here. And then an awning. So there's that one there. That's a 2024 Nissan Rogue, the Project Rugged Rogue. All right, there it is. We scoured the SEMA Show, and unfortunately this year, the only Nissan off-road vehicles that we could find were in the Nissan booth. If we missed one, let us know in the comments below. Why don't we all make this video just go crazy viral so that we let Nissan know we want to see more off-road vehicles at SEMA. And Nissan wants you to reach out. We think a solid axle swapped Nissan Xterra might look pretty good in your booth next year, and we can help you out with that. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to the channel, smash that thumbs up button. You can find us on all social media avenues at Rogue Overland, and we'll see you on the trail.